Welcome to the Concrete Briefing. I am your host, Carter Concrete. Today, we are not merely reporting on a celebrity. We are dissecting a masterclass in economic warfare and strategic brilliance. We are analyzing the blueprint of Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, a man who transitioned from the volatile landscapes of the street to the fortified boardrooms of global industry. This is a story of intelligence, tactical pivots, and a systematic dismantling of economic barriers. To understand this story, we must first analyze the intelligence trap. Jackson posits a profound argument regarding the linguistic roots of power. Historically, the term organized crime has been associated with intelligence and structural sophistication, often applied to Italian-American syndicates. However, when a black man achieves similar organizational success and significant capital, the system replaces organized with labels like kingpin or gang leader. This is not merely a choice of words. It is a calculated form of governmental discrimination. By utilizing these labels, the system strips away the recognition of genuine business acumen, effectively criminalizing success and creating a target for law enforcement. Jackson's argument is clear. One must reject these self-defeating labels and transition into the corporate gang, the sphere where true protected wealth is generated. He identified that conspiracy laws, originally designed for the mafia, are now weaponized against urban entrepreneurs. Now, let's explore the tax trap, a phenomenon Jackson describes as modern-day redlining. In the major entertainment hubs of New York and Los Angeles, production studios are frequently burdened with a staggering 58% tax rate. If you are operating at a high level of output, this is not just an expense. It is a financial structure designed to prevent black businesses from scaling by demanding over half of their gross profits. Jackson's response was a tactical retreat that resulted in a strategic victory. He moved his production powerhouse to Shreveport, Louisiana. But he didn't just move. He exploited the failures of the previous system. He acquired high-end equipment for pennies on the dollar from California-based companies that had collapsed under the weight of those crushing taxes. He literally turned the debris of a failing economic structure into the foundation of his own empire. This brings us to the Shreveport Blueprint, a definitive illustration of self-funded power. Jackson invested $5 million of his own capital into a single weekend. No major sponsors, no outside handouts. He constructed a city within a city, encompassing his own restaurants, gyms, and international-scale car shows. The economic impact was undeniable. He drew 35,000 people to the town. However, the most sophisticated part of this argument is the peace strategy. Jackson allocated $600,000 specifically to compensate law enforcement at a rate of approximately $65 per hour. His reasoning is anchored in human psychology. When officers are well compensated and treated as partners in a high vibrational environment, their objective shifts from enforcement to harmony. The result? 4 days of massive attendance with 0 incidents of violence. He proved that when the community is invested in and the environment is controlled with respect, the culture thrives in total safety. We must also analyze the concept of the jacket, the reputation that precedes an individual. Jackson entered the corporate world with a jacket linked to the legendary Supreme Team, which naturally invited intense law enforcement scrutiny. Navigating this required what we call many-men intuition, a survivalist vigilance honed in the urban environment. He now mentors the next generation artists like Lil Durk and Casanova, teaching them that vigilance is the only true protection. His argument is one of internal security. If an external robbery occurs where the perpetrators knew the exact layout of a private residence, it is not a random act. It is an internal betrayal. He challenges the youth to question the system. Why are you not in jail? Who let you go? It is a call for intellectual vigilance against the traps set by the state and the street alike. To conclude our briefing, we look at the cornerstone lesson, building the private railroad. Jackson is not merely seeking personal success. He is shifting the narrative from dependence on existing structures to the creation of new ones. Whether he is raising $500,000 for Houston's youth or investing in entrepreneurship programs, the goal is uplift through intelligence. The existing tracks in New York and Los Angeles were riddled with discriminatory tolls and roadblocks. Instead of pleading for a seat on a broken train, Curtis Jackson laid his own rails. He moved to a terrain where the incentives supported the journey. The takeaway for the Concrete Briefing family is this: do not allow the system to label your intelligence as a threat. Transition your kingpin organizational skills into organized investor strategies. Build your own railroad, maintain a secure circle, and never deviate from the blueprint. I am Carter Concrete. This has been the Concrete Briefing. If you value this high-level analysis of economic power, ensure you subscribe.